What up? What up? Que pedo, que onda, que pasa, que tal? Welcome back to the stream, everybody. I don't know if this is going well, so we're gonna see what happens here. I'm trying to link stuff up, and this will be the first stream since setting up this laptop on the road. So things are gonna look a little bit different for tonight, but I had to jump on stream, and I just wanted to kind of go over a few things. So now that we know we're gonna get off this. I'm gonna go straight over to Fintel, which I updated, and I really wish. Sorry if you guys got that pop there on the mic. We're gonna go ahead and refresh Fintel, and we're gonna take a look here at Fintel and see what's going on. But unfortunately, it doesn't show us anything. I guess it is fortunate. It's 0 short shares available, and a short bar rate fee is not available. Although we did see it jump up, or at least I saw it jump up earlier to I think it was like 56%. My girlfriend had texted me, and she's like, "Oh, it's 48." So I hopped on, and I saw it was 48. I'm like, "Holy shit!" It was 24% earlier, and sometime it went to 48, and then like not too long after it went to 56. So short bar rate fee going up, very good, meaning that anyone who has shorted the position or is looking to short, that bar rate fee is going to be very costly for them to do so. So even if they have already shorted, that fee is associated to their shorts already. It will affect them if they have already previously shorted that. So this may be a chance, and this may be what you're seeing now with the price action, is that they are trying to exit these positions and go ahead and cover these shorts because it is becoming very expensive for them to do so. So there's not really much else going on here. I mean, you can look at the short volume ratio, kind of went down, but there's just not a lot for them to short at this point. And as you can see, the price is starting to go up slowly. The more that retail investors get interested in this and we start pumping the volume, we're going to see this thing go up quite a bit more. Another thing I want to take a look at is Ortex. Let's see if we can get Ortex pulled up here. I extended the free trial for another 7 days, so thank you, Ortex. And right off the bat, we're here on AMC taking a look here. It looks like utilization's 100%. It's been 100% for a little bit now. Cost to borrow is slowly going up, although this is slightly delayed. And days to cover going up slightly to 1.68. Again, this is probably delayed just a little bit. Shares on loan actually went up, so they have shorted a little bit more. Let's say borrowed a little bit more here from 146.25 to 153.12. Percentage of free float on loan is 36.67, so it's just a little slight uptick on the percentage of free float on loan. And then the estimated short interest percentage of free float has went up slightly, about 5.37% here. So all the numbers still looking very good, but the short bar rate fee looking tremendous, and we should see the price action start to move up over the next few days just from people trying to cover those positions here. I do want to go ahead and pull up one more thing here. Let's take a look at the institutional ownership. You know, I stopped kind of showing this as much just because it is delayed by like 3 months or so. It's 40 days, I believe. It's either 40 or 45. I'm pretty damn sure it's 40 days after the quarter has ended that they report these 13F filings here. So looks like these people have closed out of their position here. That's what red rows indicate. Green rows indicate new position. So this has just been in the last few months. I don't know what they had previously. For some of these, it doesn't show. They actually had shares here. Actually, these people still have shares. But what I want to see is has any big investment institution stepped in here and bought up any more shares the last few days that I just haven't noticed. So Brighton Jones, 190 or 109,000, and again, this is delayed, so this could have been, you know, a few months ago that they actually purchased these shares. So I don't get too caught up in this because we're still lagging quite a bit behind what the institutions are doing, and that's for good reason for them, so that they can kind of hide their positions. So bad for us retail investors who kind of really want to know what's going on day to day, but you know, they're trying to be strategic and they want to hide some of these positions. So they have, you know, certain rules set in place that they don't have to file these 13Fs for a while to actually disclose their positions. So BlackRock looks like they added another. Huh? Is that for real? No freaking way. I don't know, folks. You guys are seeing it right here on the screen here. This is filed on May 7th saying that, you know, they've got a position size of 27.3 million. Let's go ahead and take a deeper look here. Again, BlackRock has been in for a while, so it's not going to be an open position, so you won't see that green row indicator. And let's see what they got here. Let's just take a look right here. I'll just go ahead and read through it. Actually, this is a 13GA, so it's probably a little bit different. Oh man, I think I probably just screwed up the camera there. Hopefully not. Anyways, disclosing ownership of 5.9 million shares of AMC Entertainment. This represents a 2.1% ownership of the company. Previous filing, they had reported owning 6.2 million, indicating a decrease of 4.5. Now, so actually, this is something that they sold off. This is a 13GA. What I'm looking for is the 13Fs here. So that's probably different there. All right, cool. So this is the information we're looking for here, saying that they have shares of 27 million. See if it actually says anything in here. So this is a little bit different, and it's probably just because of the type of shares. All right, so since I don't know enough about the difference here between a 13 DG and a 13F, normally I go off the 13Fs, and it doesn't look like I'm finding the information that I'm looking for, and I'm just going to show you exactly what I'm looking for here. If we were to go over here, let's just take this one, for instance. It actually reads and kind of tells you here, on this day, they disclose ownership of this many shares, valued at this much, although I don't take the value to be accurate as of this date, March 31st. 2021, so they purchased 1789 sometime in the last few months here, and that's kind of what I was looking up for with BlackRock. So going right over to the chart, just want to take a sec here. Hey, welcome to the stream, anybody. Appreciate you guys clicking in. I don't know what that was. Sorry for. Hey, sorry, it's gonna be wild over here because I'm running on a laptop. I actually forgot my my second monitor at the house. I grabbed everything else, all the cables, all the connections, everything else I needed for a laptop and for streaming, the camera, everything, and then I left the monitor at home, and I'm in Connecticut. As you guys know, if you're returning to the channel, I'm here at the Travelers Championship, setting up for a golf tournament. My company works in conjunction with the PGA Tour. And so this is what I do for a living. And I have been at home at the desktop, nice, with everything that I need, multiple monitors and a great setup, and I had to go on the road, so I had to quick and snatch a laptop up. And so all my OBS settings are still kind of screwed up. My TD Ameritrade settings are kind of screwed up right now, but we're going through it right now. And just looking at the 1 day, 1 minute here, guys, you can see, man, massive buying pressure here in the after hours. I don't know why it sold off as much as it did. Maybe people just taking profits. I had a buddy text me earlier saying, man, I think tomorrow I'm selling out. I'm asking him why, and he's like, dude, I'm just trying to take some profits off the table. And hey, nothing wrong with that. You know, you guys got to get it when you can, and this game isn't for everybody. I don't want to call them a paper hands, but hey, you know, if you were there through the 14s and you didn't sell out, why in the fuck are you going to sell out at $10, $11? I just give it a little bit of time. We're still not there, and I'm going to try to show you guys the indicators to really show kind of where we sit here. Looking at the 180 4-hour here, we are getting a little bit up here on the RSI. However, this can cool down for a little bit. Maybe it cools down overnight. We still have a few hours left. It looks like we have maybe 30 minutes left here in the after. Hell, it may even be close at this point. Honestly, I switched time zones. I spent 2 days driving, so I don't really know exactly where we're at here. It's currently like 8:30 right now, so I'm still trying to get my head around what time. I think we got about 26 minutes left here of trading in the after hours, but I could be mistaken. So anyways, looking down here at the RSI, it looks like we're starting to reach that upper end. We're still not overbought, so it's okay. We still got a little bit more room, and that's, you know, if you guys need to sell and you were looking to sell to take some profits off, I would just kind of watch some of the indicators. Make sure that you're not selling yourself short, you know, because I think you're going to kick yourself in the ass and regret it a little bit later on. Although, hey, I understand you got to do, if you got profits right now and you think that it's more valuable for you to take them right now so that you can feel comfortable, hey, skim some off the top, you know, scale in, scale out, right? If that's how your strategy of investing is, hey, don't listen to me. I'm just here to kind of show you guys what's going on. I haven't actually seen anything on AMC today. I've kind of been busy working all day. Crazy day now. We're kind of like transitioning companies over, so a lot of things going on, but let me just deep dive here. The first thing I did wanted to check out was the RSI and kind of see where we're at here. And god damn, look at this here. I mean, did I set this when did I set I'm getting all excited because we actually got a bounce off this trend line. But you know what? I think I set this trend line when we got the bounce right here. So we did dip below it a little bit. Didn't really respect it too much. So I can't give myself any credit for that. We actually did come in after the fact. I think we did this on Friday where I actually moved the trend line here. But you can see this upper trend line actually still respecting it very, very well here. I do expect us to see a little bit of a pullback, but we're definitely going to stay above this $10 range. I don't see any reason for us to pull back all the way down below 10 and hit that 980 mark, which has been a very solid level of support and resistance for us in the past. Sorry, excuse me. I'm going to drink a little bit of water here for a sec. Got that windburn. Little dehydrated today. So I don't think there's any reason for us to pull back all the way below $10. I think we're going to hold up pretty damn strong above $10 here. I don't think we're going to have a super hot day tomorrow, but it really depends. If more people jump up and start having to cover, these RSIs don't mean a damn thing. They don't mean anything. And what you're going to see here is when we look on the 180 and we go back to the first little small, we're going to call it a mini squeeze here, because if Robinhood and other brokerage accounts did not stop buying power, this thing could have went a lot higher. But they manipulated it. Then they lied to Congress and said it was cap, whatever it was, like I'm from Bulgaria. Come on, man, you fucked over the investors. Now we're going to get it. We're going to ride this thing out until it squeezes again. And if you fuckers shut it down, you're going to be in some serious heat the next time. So I don't think they're going to do that the second time around. I think they're going to find a different way to do it. And one of the things I have been watching is RHE. I think RHE is going through a squeeze itself, but it's just not the same. It's a very low float stock. It has about 1.5 million shares outstanding. Was it 1.6 million shares outstanding, and then the free float is 1.5 million? I think that sounds more right, but they were trading last week. They were trading their float over a couple times within the day, probably like 1/4 of their float being traded within 1 minute, which is insane. But it's super low float stock. Anyhow, I think that they may be testing some areas out or some strategies out that they're going to do. There's going to be something that's new that happens this second squeeze, but I think hopefully we'll battle right through it. So anyhow, what I want to look at here is the indicators, and you can see we remained overbought for a while. It was an extended period of time. I say a while. It was a few days here. We didn't pull back super hard either, and then this next squeeze is supposed to be way, way, way bigger. So we could stay overbought for a long time. So I'm not too concerned with the indicators when it comes, to us starting to reach the top of the RSI. We know there will be some selling going on, just like we see right now in the after hours. Maybe some people are taking profits. They got in at 9. They see $1,000 in their account, in their brokerage account, like, damn, I'm making some money here. And they're paper hand. They're just trying to skim some off. There could be some swing traders, some day traders, whoever it is. Like, I guess it's after hours. So is it really day trading? I think that there's some people probably taking some profits here, but I think we're going to continue to see a nice trend. You see we bottomed out. We're starting to make that recovery here, and we got a pretty big pop today. But I think we're going to start to cool down a little bit just based on kind of where we sit. However, I don't know. No one really knows, so we don't know what's going to happen. We just kind of traded flat and sideways through most of the day after actually kind of getting a nice push early on in the morning and then kind of pulling back down for a little bit. Buddy of mine asked me, where do you think we're going to be? Let's see if I can actually show you the text message here so that you can see it. He says, what you thinking for AMC today? This is 9:34. I said 10 at 9:45, and then right at 9:45 when I checked the chart, I said 9:75. So if you see where we closed at 9:74, I was spot on, pretty accurate. I kind of saw where we were at, and I thought we were going up, but then I saw we had a little bit of pullback, so I knew that we weren't going to go super crazy today. I want to check just the chat real quick, see if anybody's saying what's up. Hey, if you guys feel free, man, give me a shout out, whatever you want. That's cool. What we want to talk about also is that, people start going crazy. They start, oh, man, we're at 56, short bar rate fee. And, yes, that's outstanding. That's where we want to be. However, just don't get overly excited and don't get your hopes down when this thing starts to pull back a little bit tomorrow. You know, we're actually doing pretty good according to the RSI, so we can still go up a little bit, but just a slower growth is very healthy for us and very good, and I'm okay with that. So I just don't want a lot of people to be super upset when this thing doesn't move as much as they think it might move tomorrow, or a lot of people, you know, they're all hyped up, and that's cool. Um, but just slow your roll a little bit and be realistic and be patient. This thing will play out over time, and it's going to take a little bit more time for us to really get there. And let's see if I can pull up why I'm kind of making that point here. If we go over here to the short interest on AMC, because we can't look at it, we're going to look at RHE, and this is one that I was telling you that I think they are having a squeeze as well. So we scroll down here, we're going to find short interest on RHE. See if this one is actually up. It's okay, so it's not even up either. It's not up, but Ortex will show us the information that I am currently looking for. So just keep these numbers in mind here. Cost to borrow is 16.15, which is basically the same thing as short borrow fee rate, right? It's the cost that you're going to pay to borrow shares. So it's maybe not a little bit the same. It's just the cost of borrow, whereas shorting maybe a little bit different, but let's just take it as a generalization that they're pretty close. So looking over here at RHE, oh shoot, why did I do that? For some reason on Ortex, you can't like click it and then hit enter. You have to do this and then it pulls it up. And then you got to go in here, short interest. So this guy's new to Ortex. Look at the cost of borrow on Ortex, 165.84. The change is 186%. 7 days ago it was at 57.81. The cost of borrow is at 165.84. So don't get overly excited when you see a short borrow fee rate that's outrageous, that's like super high. When I was watching RHE a few weeks ago, or sorry, about 2 weeks ago, when I first started thinking like, I think this thing is kind of going through a squeeze because I didn't see any news related to the reason for its price action. However, it was jumping up like 180% in a day. And then I started looking at the information and it looks like, oh, they're massively shorted. That's what it is. They are shorted. And I looked and I think they had like 800 shares available and their short borrow fee rate was like at 64%. And then, you know, a few days later, I get Ortex. I come over here and I'm starting to see Ortex is in the 100s. And this hasn't really updated yet, so it's a little bit laggy. I don't know where it's going to be at now. But just to kind of show you a comparison, and yes, these are two different completely stocks, and you got to treat them as two different stocks. But just to kind of show you guys that you can be in a very high range and it not be all over the place. It's or not be in a massive squeeze. And what we're going to do is go here and we're going to take a look at RHE. Well, that's not RHE. There we go. Is this RHE? All right, so it's a little bit of a sell-off now. Currently sitting at 17.15, and it was at 22.51 in the early on in the day here. But looking on a 5-day chart, 5-minute, and what you're going to see is right around this time period here, right? They go from $9 all the way up to 27. They pull back super hard, kind of trade sideways, pull back a little bit more, trade sideways a little bit more, get a nice bounce, pull back, nice bounce, pull back. And they're kind of all over the place, super volatile here. So let me pull back even farther. Look at a 20-day. You can see here on 20-day, they were trading about $3.86. 20 days ago, all the way up to 27. I mean, massive, massive, massive gains with no price or no news to justify the price action, right? See if I can even show an article here. Sorry, this is like super hard to read. If I keep looking, I'm gonna find it here. Here's one right here. This is from May 5th. Shares are trading higher on above average volume, not seeing any company specific news to justify the price action in the low float stock. So just going over to analyze, we're gonna analyze RHE just so everybody can see that RHE. If we scroll down here, you're gonna see the shares outstanding. Why is it not updated? That's freaking weird. That's so frustrating that this happens. It happened to me earlier on AMC as well. So what we're gonna have to do is look somewhere else for that information, which I guess is gonna be Fintel. So, or I could probably find on Ortex. I don't normally use Ortex, so let's go to overview. Maybe this actually has it. Hell, we'll just learn together, right? Again, for those of you that are new to the channel, I'm not a financial advisor, and I hate saying that to anybody. If you watch my videos for more than like 2 minutes, you're probably going to get that this guy is not a financial advisor. However, I'm just, I'm just documenting my journey to becoming a successful trader, and right now I'm all in on AMC. I actually sold every position that I had in AT&T over the last week or so. Took out a little bit more than 10% profit. I think I can't even remember at this point. It feels like it was ages ago. That long trip up to Connecticut kind of killed my brain, and went basically put all that money in to AMC. So currently AMC, we're sitting at about 800 positions long. Not a super large account, but my portfolio is mine, and I'm happy with it. It's not like super crazy. I'm not totally finding the information that I am looking for here. Maybe that's because I'm not looking in the right place. And all I'm trying to look for is the float here. So that's really what I'm trying to show you guys is the float. Jesus Christ, why can I not find it? I know there's one area that will definitely show me, and that's over here on Fintel. So why don't we just go here? We'll just type in RHE. We'll go to short interest, and we'll just pull it up really quickly, so I can move on to the next point. So please, please tell me that it's actually going to show it on here as well. It may not. Maybe I'm thinking of FinViz. All right, last try here. We're going to FinViz because I know it's on FinViz for sure. I just don't usually use FinViz either very often. So let's go over here. RHE, Regional Health, Properties. And right here, shares outstanding 1.69 million, and the float is 1.5 million. So super low volume stock here. Quickly, just gonna check the chat, see if anybody's saying what's up. Oh, appreciate it, Godpill, bro. I'm watching. It said one person watching. Now it says 0, and I'm still watching. Yeah. Do you set your streams to no kids, strict, or soft? Strict means they have to have a YouTube sub and be 18 to watch you. I do set it to no kids. I don't set it to strict or soft. I never mess with that kind of stuff. We can go in and check really quickly. Recommended bitrate. Oof. All right. Well, I guess it hasn't fucked up yet, so it is what it is. Let's go in here and edit, see what's going on. Can I even edit that part of it? No, it's not made for kids. No age restriction here. Yes, restrict my videos. No. So I have not restricted for age, but no, it's not made for kids. That's kind of what I'm using currently. Appreciate you swinging by the channel, man. I took a little bit of a hiatus to drive up here to Connecticut. Super shitty and sucky drive, but I made it. Going back to the point that I think I was trying to make before I kind of got wrapped up in everything else is that I think RHE is very similar to AMC, and I've said this for a few days now, that as far as a squeeze potential, I think RHE may be going through that, and easily just looking at the volume. I mean, I know that this is a 1 hour candle here, but this is a shit ton of volume. We're looking at 15.5 million in volume over a 1 hour time period here. That's 15 times basically. Yeah, okay, it's a little bit less, right? So it's pretty much about 12 times their float that they're trading in 1 hour, which is still freaking insane. If I were to go like a 1 day 1 minute, and we take a look at today, so we got like a good high volume candle here, and that's 541,000. So it'll be a little bit different if I were to go back on a 5 day, and I need to change this down. I didn't want to do this because now I need to change it to a 1 minute candle, just so you can see the volume per 1 minute, because that's what we typically like to look at on this channel. And yeah, here we go. We're gonna go ahead to when we were, getting pretty high up here, and you can see 1 minute candle. That's 640,000. I mean, at some points you see 960,000. You're almost at 1 million in volume. So pretty crazy that they're going through that much volume. So that's what I think we need to see on AMC. Stupid Thinkorswim. Actually, Thinkorswim's not stupid. It's actually really great, but I don't have it set up on this laptop yet. So for some reason, when I'm clicking stuff, it's not doing what I want it to do. And all my settings aren't really in here, but they're good enough for right now for this purpose. Trying to just do a quick little stream, not go too long. What up, Ivan? Yeah, sweet spike for AMC. Let's see. Just weird how there are not five people coming and going more often. Yeah, man. Again, got people. I appreciate it, brother. Honestly, man, I don't know. The monetized thing sounds cool, but at the end of the day, if me talking to the computer and if nobody watches makes me a better trader, I would rather do that than potentially get monetized and make very little money. And like, I don't know. I'm cool with it for now. Maybe one day I would, but I'm cool with where I'm at. I still have a lot of shit to learn. So if me just sitting here and talking to the computer on a live stream helps me kind of work things out in my brain and look at things and forces me to come and do this on a regular basis, then I think that that's good enough for me at the moment. Yeah, man, cool. More views would be all right too, but yeah, yeah, something to kill time a little bit, I guess. So, fuck, I kind of just lost like all train of thought there for a few moments and didn't know what I was getting at. But I think the main key that I'm really trying to point out is that I think most people just need to calm down. AMC's not going crazy. It's not squeezing right now. You're starting to see some shorts cover because of the borrow fee rate go up. And I think that I was trying to work in a full circle of RHE and show that RHE with its cost of borrow rate at 165, whereas AMC was only like in the teens, and yet RHE isn't in a massive squeeze where it's just steadily keep going up and up and up. And although they don't have the backing that AMC has as far as like, just the foundation of apes and people that are interested in the stock, I think we are still a little ways away from a squeeze. Now you're starting to see some cover, but you also see some more shorting or some people selling off. I don't know why it's pushing down kind of as hard as it is right now. Maybe just because they hit that level of support and it's just kind of having itself a pullback. But honestly, for us to kind of go this far down, if we were starting to squeeze, I don't think so. Again, if we were to look at a 184 hour and go back to the original squeeze, yes, you're going to see some hard pullbacks for sure. But when the squeeze starts, it starts and it keeps ramping up. It does pull back, but it freaking fires up quick, fast, in a hurry. And what you see is major volume. 4-hour volume here, 582 million. I mean, that's your entire float. There's more than your float in 4 hours. So that's one thing that we're not seeing. Jesus Christ, I don't know why it's doing that. It's one thing that you didn't see throughout the day to day, even in the after hours. I just don't think that we saw a ton of volume. Again, this is a 1 minute candle here. Highest candle we got there, 147,000 in volume. That's shit volume. That's nothing for AMC. AMC needs to be pushing 1 million in volume per minute if we're going to look at a chance for us thing to really start to squeeze up, and we just don't have it yet. So I think all I'm trying to tell people is just kind of cool down a little bit, kind of relax. Just because the short bar rate fee is so high, it doesn't really mean too much. Hey, appreciate it, Ivan. Got to start somewhere. Yeah, no, for sure. Appreciate both you guys stepping in here to watch my little piddly old stream. For sure. For sure, appreciate it. I definitely am grateful. So, just kind of wanted to try test things out as I'm still getting set up here in the new place here, the apartment with a laptop. It's actually been kind of odd actually doing this from a laptop. Mainly, biggest thing is that there's only like 2 USB ports on the laptop, so I've got to run a different because I got an alternative mouse and keyboard. And I don't even have a monitor set up yet. I was an idiot, left mine at home, so it is kind of a small screen. And then when you, for whatever reason, I don't know why TD Ameritrade doesn't, when you save your settings, you log in every time you use it, why is it not saved across the board? So if you go to a new system, you pretty much got to reset all your settings. Yeah, some things are kept. Like if I go to Fibonacci retracement levels, and we should actually take a look at that right now, just to kind of see where we think the retracement may be. We actually bounced a little bit lower than that. So I don't know, maybe we could have pulled that retracement from a little bit farther down. Technically, maybe somewhere down here, I guess. I mean, it's just apples for apples at this point. It's not really going to make too much of it. It's actually even worse. Or maybe it's not worse, but it's only a little bit better. So, but it does keep my colors here. So some things it keeps, but a lot of other things it doesn't keep, like the volume overlapping. It doesn't keep that. Anything else? I'm not even going to waste my time going into the AMC Reddit page now. if anybody's coming here to get their confirmation bias on AMC and the fact that their fact that they think it's squeezing right now, they're just not going to get it. Not from here. Try to be more realistic. AMC is not squeezing right now. You're seeing a small percentage of people covering, but if you look at the volumes is still super low here. So low. I mean, yeah, it got a nice push. That's super awesome to see it go up one whole dollar in the after hours. But we're not there yet. Everybody chill out. Chill out. Go watch some God Pill channel. NP. No problem. I'm guessing that's what that means. Yeah. All right, I just kind of want to do a recap, see where some things sit. Everything else in my portfolio is getting wrecked, but we pretty much just sold out of everything else and bought in AMC. So we're only 800 long at a dollar cost average of about $8.98. We did make about $566 or $76 on the day, but again, we don't really give a shit about that. Currently up about $1,000 here, but I know the potential there is much greater than $1,000. So why would I even put more money and get less out at the end of the day? I think we've been up over 1,500 a few times, and we had less than half the positions that we currently have now. So we're not selling this thing anytime soon. We're just gonna keep hanging on. But I am very curious between the correlation of RHE and AMC, and I bring it up on the stream quite often here. I think it's probably the third day that I brought the RHE and AMC up together, because I potentially think that there is a strong squeeze potential going on RHE, and I think that it's actually probably had its little bit of a squeeze. It hasn't pulled back so much yet. Again, I haven't really looked at all the numbers, but just looking on a 5-day, or sorry, let's look at a 20-day tells the story greatly. Hell, even 10-day tells the story very greatly here. Going from $4 up to $27, massive amounts of volumes, trading 10, 15 times over the free float in hours. This is the kind of volume that we need. This is the price action you will receive from that. I mean, in one day going triple your your dollar amount here. Sorry, triple the price within one day with massive amounts of volume and no news to justify that. No earnings, no news, no nothing. It's all because shorts are covering here. This was a squeeze. I can't say it enough. I'm pretty damn sure that RHE was a squeeze here. So it is finding some support down here at this 1650 range. However, this is a super fucking volatile stock, and you'll get your ass burned if you don't play this thing the right way. I got burned a few days ago on it, and I ended up using my last day trade after making like 2 successful day trades. I thought I was hot shit on fire, and then I got burned pretty bad. Ended up losing my profit plus another $400 on top of the profit I had already made on it. And yeah, I can finally stop saying that I haven't taken an L on a day trade in 3 years, because it has finally happened, and I'm cool with that. It was an expensive learning experience, but I'll take it on the chin and I'll get back up. Not like Billy Joe Saunders. I should just watch that fight. I don't know if anybody else caught the Canelo fight. There's a good YouTube video that kind of just shows the clips, but dude, he got busted up, man. He just kept putting his head down. I don't know. He's got that like Tyson Fury kind of movement, and yeah, Canelo just knew he was swinging for the fence there. He knew that the uppercut was gonna find it, and he ended up did. I think he broke his eye socket or something, or his orbital bone maybe, somewhere in there. Messed him up. Dude didn't even get off the bench. They called the fight. So sorry to ruin it. If you haven't seen, I'm sure you've seen. It's probably been anywhere. If you're interested in boxing, but I like all fighting. Yeah, I'll pretty much watch anything fighting for the most part. Mostly big on UFC, which I'm actually excited for the UFC that's coming up. Charles Oliveira fighting Michael Chandler. I do think that they gave the title shot to Michael Chandler a little bit prematurely, but I kind of understand because of the Dustin Poirier and Conor McGregor fighting for a third time instead of Dustin fighting for a belt. I do think it probably should have been Justin Gaethje in there with somebody else, or they should have drug it out a little bit more. And the way I would have done it was I would have made like a 3 UFC pay-per-view out of it. I would have had like maybe even 4. I would have probably put, and you got to throw Conor in there just because of the name, but honestly, the way Conor's been, he actually did pretty good against Dustin. I just don't think that it was, I don't know, I guess the calf kicks got to him. Anyhow, so if you put Connor in there, you're going to put Dustin Poirier in there, you're going to put Charles Oliveira in there, you're going to put Michael Chandler in there, and then you're going to put Justin Gaethje somewhere in there, and then probably somebody else, right? I think you can kind of make a tournament style out of that, or maybe you cut one person out and you do something to where maybe you got one guy, right? Like Dustin could potentially be that guy. He did, he did beat Gaethje. He beat Connor. I guess you maybe just leave Dustin there. Dustin is that guy, and then you make, honestly, I'd love to see Justin Gaethje and Conor McGregor fight, and then you got Michael Chandler and Charles Oliveira, and then those two fight, and then the winner of those two fight each other, and then that winner fights Dustin Poirier or something along those lines where you can make a bracket out of it, make it a all year round thing where, yeah, it's going to take a while. Maybe it takes 6 months or a year. Sorry about the ramble, but I think they could have done it a little bit better than just having Charles Oliveira fighting Michael Chandler. Nothing to those guys. Michael Chandler did show he was a beast when he TKO'd Dan Hooker, and Charles Oliveira just beat the brakes off of Tony Ferguson. But Tony just hasn't looked the same pretty much since that Justin Gaethje fight. I think Justin Gaethje just, man, he did something bad to him. Anyhow, I'm gonna stop talking about UFC and keep talking about stocks here. We're gonna make this a quick one. I say that, and then probably been on for freaking 20-30 minutes. How long have we been on here? About 35 minutes, so we're not going to be on too much longer. I just kind of wanted to test things out. I don't like that background. Why the fuck am I in the mountains? Connecticut does not look like that. I'm going to go back to my Tron background. If you guys have watched the stream before, that's kind of the background I used. This is a bare white background behind me, but the one I use at home, I have my motorcycle behind me, and in a brick wall, and it's kind of ugly, and I'm not really trying to flex on anybody by posting a motorcycle behind me. I think it's kind of douchey, so I just kind of block it out. And Tron is an awesome movie. It's one of my favorite movies, so I just kind of leave some Tron wallpaper I found and do XSplit. But you guys don't care about that stuff. You care about the AMC. And just keep your eye on RHE, because I really think that if you want to see how AMC plays out, watch RHE. Sorry, I was going to try to go to 1 minute here. Volume just really stepped down quite low here. Even on the highest candle, you're looking at 541,000. I say really low compared to where it was at. So volume has started to step down. This thing is pulling back. Once the volume starts to die down on it, that's when I think that it's potentially starting to kind of kill off a little bit. Let me check on Fridays. 1 minute candles here. Again, we're just looking at RHE, just kind of comparing. Fuck me, dude. Why is it doing that? All right. Jeez. All right. So you can just see the amount of volume just really died out of this thing. Come on. So volume yesterday. I mean, we're looking at 550, 1.2 million. All right. So you got a 1 minute candle at 1.2 million over here. Let's see if I get closer on this one. 1.28 million, right? Remember that the free float is 1.5 and the shares outstanding is 1.6 million. So you're almost your entire float in 1 minute of trading here. If that doesn't scream bullshit to me, then I don't know what does. Synthetic shares being covered much, right? That's kind of what I think, something along those lines. I don't know. But just look at that volume where you're trading your free float, almost your entire free float in 1 minute. Now, when AMC gets to that point to where they're trading 400 million in 1 minute, I don't know if they get there, but I'm not going to say that it's not possible. We just definitely need to see more volume in AMC, and the fact that, what was that? Oh my gosh. Jeez. And the fact that AMC is still trading, piddly, that's decent. I mean, 416,000, but again, 416,000, come on. Can you at least get to the millions? So after hours, I know you can't take anything with after hours as I don't even know the word for it there. Kind of brain dead still. You can't take this too seriously of what happens in the after hours as far as volume goes, because we all know that volume is really screwed up in the after hours. But this ain't the squeeze, folks. Not yet. Some people covered over here or something was going on, but we're not there yet. We're getting there. Stuff's looking pretty good. Maybe everybody got off work and decided oh man, it's here, look at that short bar fee rate. This is going to happen, but I'm just here to kind of cool everybody down, say be patient. Don't be upset that if this thing trends down a little bit tomorrow, it has a nice little pullback about $10 and starts to kind of trade around that 10, maybe 10.50. Where are we at now? 10.25. All right. So at this point, remember, we got the quarter levels or quarter increments are our levels of resistance and support at this time, right? So pretty damn close to the $11. What we topped out at 10.89. You got 10.50, 10.75, and 10.25. There's probably some ranges within there that you could probably go back and find some levels of support if you were really take a deep dive and look. But at this point now where we're at, we're kind of going to be holding true at those quarter increments all the way up until we get to about that $12 range. So keep that in mind. Don't be surprised. We are looking pretty good here on the RSI, but again, going back to the 4 hour, and I know we're not done here. We are starting to reach, get to that point. So we might have a nice freaking early pop in the morning. Look for a super early pop and then a pullback. And it could be a little bit of a hard pullback or a slow pullback. Like we've seen in the after hours where it just keeps trailing back down. But that's kind of what I like this here, where it's just kind of being, I guess you can say short laddered. I don't know. But just a nice trailing, slow bleed out right downwards, and it will find some support, whether it's at 10, 10.25, or 10.50. I don't know, but I think that we potentially should get a nice little pop off in the morning here, just because of the interest that's here in the after hours. I think we get that push back up when we start testing $11 again. Whether or not we hold that level of support, I don't think so. We'd have to see a lot of volume tomorrow pumping this thing, and I just honestly don't think that we're going to see it. Not quite yet. I guess that would be the good thing, that everybody's getting so hyped about AMC saying it's squeezing. The bad news is they're going to be disappointed in 1 or 2 days when it actually doesn't squeeze right now. So just be realistic and be patient, and don't get ahead of yourselves. This thing will squeeze eventually. And if you want to kind of help the squeeze along, make sure you guys go check out the God Pill channel. I think I still have the description linked here. Let me check. What up, Raymond? I'm late. What is happening with GME though? I'll go check out GME for you, brother. Give me 1 sec here. I did want to see if I linked the petition. I don't know if I have it still. All right, so petition still in here, and the article about Martin Shkreli and how he turned a really defunct biopharmaceutical company that had no product, and what did they get? It was like over 100. Honestly, I don't want to give you guys bad information, so please just check out the links if you're interested in it. What am I doing over here? Check out the links. One is for a petition that we're trying to sign to force a share recount, which desperately needs to be done. That'll kind of force the hand, and oof, AMC here, or AMC, fucking GME. We are starting to pull away. We're really differentiating ourselves from GME, aren't we? So yeah, nasty little bleed here. What's going on here with old GME? Maybe I should just pull up this. I'm gonna close some of this stuff out. I'm gonna pull up. Why and just type it in there. I'll take a look real quick, see if I can see anything on the short interest stuff over here. Where's it at? It's a little bit different there. Well, resources limited. Is that what I've been looking at? I guess it's... Maybe this isn't the right one. Okay. Well, that's very interesting. It's actually not showing me what I want it to show me. Why is there no data available? Alright, fuck it. I got like technically a 14-day free trial of Ortex. You're only supposed to get 7, but when I went to cancel it, they're like, "Here, here's another free 7 days." I'm like, alright, cool. Don't charge me the $600 yet. I'm not ready to spend that kind of money on Ortex. I don't know if I'm going to use it. I'm really just not too sure. So that's not what I'm looking for. All right, so utilization is down. It's actually still going down. Cost to borrow is actually up a little bit, only 1.28% from last week. Days to cover is going up slightly. All these are very, very small numbers here, but that's not too bad. Whatever. I mean, I'm not trying to burst anybody's bubble who is in on GME. Shares on loan, 13.30 million. And remembering that their free float, shoot, I don't know what their free float is, but I think their shares outstanding is like 70 million, somewhere in that range. Estimated short interest 21%, 11 million exchange reported. I mean, it's not bad here. Volume's really kind of tapered down. I'm assuming. Yep, if I took that away, that's volume there. So volume fairly low. What is this on? Let's look at a 1 month here. I don't know why it's doing that. May 10th, looks like volume 4.7 million. Going back to May 7th, 2.9, 2.9, 1.7. So actually some decent looking volume here. Maybe these numbers haven't really caught up on Ortex. Again, Ortex is delayed a little bit here. I don't know. I know on some of these it's delayed quite a bit, a few days to a week or so. And then when they use this days to cover, they actually use like on a 90-day. I think it's a 3-month average volume, and then divided by some other number over here. Guys, if you really want a deep dive or in-depth review on a bunch of this Ortex information, Wrench Capital, or Wrench Capital as he pronounces it, ROENSCH Capital. He does really good TA videos, and I watch his stuff like every day. He does them pretty short. I try to watch them every day. I like his little recaps on what's going on, and he gives you a pretty realistic opinion. On AMC, mostly it's what he covers AMC. I don't know if he does any GME videos. I just don't have it set up for that. I don't look for them, so I don't know too much about GME, but it doesn't look too good on GME right now. The good thing is, I guess they're really finding some support down here at 140, and this is when I really miss a monitor, because I'd like to actually have this pulled up on one screen and then something else on another one. Oh shit, yeah, that looks pretty rough right there. Oof. All right, so actually falling down below this level of support that was kind of in this range here of about 144.5. I mean, slightly. It's not that far off. I mean, you can see the dip here. It looks like it's a lot worse here because it did drop down to like 142 at one point. But I would worry if it drops a little bit farther. At least right now it's finding some support. If tomorrow it's dropping again, I would worry a little bit. But I mean, the next level of support looks like it's down in this range here of about 140. It's not going to go down much at first. At first, it's not going to go down much. It is massively oversold. It's starting to kind of pull back up a little bit. I mean, you can see it here on the RSI. It's a little bit easier to see. And then down here, you're looking at the MACD crossing over the signal, or fixing the crossover signal. So it's starting to kind of pull back up a little bit. I wouldn't be so worried. I don't know what the hell happened here. I mean, that's massive. But again, this is just me thinking out loud here. What if a big institutional investor got out of GameStop and got over into AMC because they saw more potential in AMC? That's just a thought. Don't hate me for it. Actually, I don't care. That's just a thought. What's up, LB? Cool background. Can I get a shout out? Yep, miss you. I'm ready to come home already, but it's cool. Another 2 months. Thank you, boy. Had a busy day and didn't have time to look it up. What you just showed me. Hey, appreciate it, Raymond. I don't think I showed you too much. I was kind of like moving around stuff. It doesn't look too hot on GME. So unfortunately, it looks like just a lot of selling here. Volume 428,000 on the 1 hour. Still not too bad. Yeah, for some reason it just sold off here. I don't know the news. Dogecoin killer. Shiba Inu adds 11 billion to Ethereum. Founder, blah, 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 blah. Network, okay, whatever. Why when I click on something for GameStop news, does it show me Dogecoin? I don't care about Dogecoin. All Dogecoin. A bunch of stuff in here about Dogecoin. Don't care. Cost shares, GameStop and cost. This is from 5/7, so nothing really in here to show. Yeah, not seeing company-specific news. The stock has been volatile this year and retail investor speculation, amid retail investor speculation. So, don't really know what's going on. Sorry for anybody who has lost some money here, and it doesn't look too hot here. Is that down 17%? Guess this is what it says 11 here. Oh, I guess from where it currently sits, maybe if I do that. Yeah, it's about right, 11.9%. So down about 11%. Anyhow, I'm gonna wrap this up really quickly here. For anybody who has missed kind of what I'm going over, what I'm talking about on AMC, and is it happening? No, it's not happening, not yet. I mean, we're kind of in it, we're driving to it, but we're just not there. I mean, compare it to other positions or even itself when it squoze back earlier. We don't have the volume. You don't see the volume in the after hours. It didn't squeeze. Or it's not squeezing right now. This is somebody covering their short positions because it's just too expensive for them to be shorting it. The cost of borrow is too high for that for some people, and super low volume here. So of course you're gonna have a more volatile stock, but it just is what it is right now. That's really good price action, but I don't think we're anywhere near the squeeze at this moment. Like I said earlier, my prediction for tomorrow is that we have a nice little pop in the pre-market, and then we sharply start pulling back down to levels of resistance because we will reach over bought very, very quickly once we start popping back up, and we'll have a pretty hard pullback. People will be taking some profits tomorrow, in my personal opinion. Again, who the hell am I? I don't know. So thanks everybody for watching. I just want to give a quick shout out to everybody who left a comment here. Oh wait, we got Ivan Crypto says, I think that's what happening. People pulling out of GME and jumping to AMC. That's something that I'm just speculating now, and it could be a couple of big institutional investors that are pulling out large amounts because they see that the potential in AMC is very, very high. I mean, we're getting really damn close. And GME, just from the numbers I'm looking at, looks like it's kind of cooling down right now. I'm not saying that there's not a potential for it to squeeze again, just saying that it's starting to cool off a little bit right now, and maybe some people are just ready to move on and moving to the next hot thing. So giving a shout outs in I don't know, I guess I could say numerical order, chronological order. How about that? The God Pill, appreciate it, man. Always a pleasure to have you in the stream. Again, everybody, if you're interested, go check out the link in the description. I've got a link to a petition that God Pill has started. I don't even know where we set on viewers. Maybe I'll cover that on tomorrow's video. And then there's an article on Martin Shkreli, the most hated man in the world. No, the most hated man for his AIDS thing. Just go read that article. It doesn't take too long to read, guys. Check out the petition. It doesn't take literally 2 minutes to sign the petition. Go click all the damn things that it asks you to click on in the after to skip. Super easy, but we're basically just trying to force a share recount on AMC. So, it's just like something in our back pocket that we can push towards, and I don't see any reason why you would not be signing that petition to get that in an annual meeting. So, God Pill, always a pleasure. Ivan Crypto Man, appreciate you swinging by once more. Always a pleasure to have you in the channel and in the chats. Raymond Bull, long time, haven't seen you in a little bit, but I appreciate it. Appreciate for swinging by. LB, love you, miss you. Yeah, thanks everybody. Appreciate you guys checking in. We'll see what tomorrow brings, and maybe I can fix this stream up a little bit more because this thing is kind of shit right now. Appreciate it, everybody. Peace out.